But I got the title right. Take over Florida State market. Take it over. All right, so I believe we live right now. Let's say 12 seconds. But yeah, what's good, boys? KT here from topleveldating.com. World's leading dating strategist. We got a special guest. He was someone that I helped fix together his profile like a couple years ago. Time flies.
Yeah, it was about a year and a half.
Year and a half. Yeah, time flies, bro. It's crazy. But
Yeah.
yeah, how you been since? I guess you could tell them like how we met and just the changes and results you started seeing, like
Yeah, I've
the
been cool,
idea, the
man.
process. Okay.
Yeah, so me and KC, we met through a friend, mutual friend out of the bar in Philly. So after that time, we kicked it and got some intel that he had some serious online skills and was very good at pickup. So we went out a couple times. He started to figure out, where my blind spots were, and it was just very easy for him to assess where I needed work. So, we chatted about, my pictures as far as online and Tinder and Hinge, and he took the steps to show me what women are actually looking for online and what attracts them, So 100% of the time, like, he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was yeah. You were. I remember you were a guy that like you pretty much you were going out a lot. I don't know if it was a lot, but I know you met the mutual friend out, and then we went out. Yeah, we went out Halloween. I think it was. That was
Yeah,
a crazy night. Um,
it was almost every week. I'll be out with my friends. We would have the same kind of mission, just cold approaching through the night. So
oh, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And I remember telling him, I'm like, because the mutual friend, he basically showed you his profile, right? At least
exactly.
that's okay. So yeah, this guy that I fixed up his profile and stuff because he was a guy that was going out a lot too. But yeah, he went back out. I think he was saying like he didn't even really have to go out. I guess he was just going out just to go out, and I think he wanted some Instagrams or something like that. But I think that's when he ran into you because I remember he called me that night. He said he's gonna go out, and then he said he met you. But yeah, I guess he just showed you his profile, and I guess that inspired you to hit me up. And I think the process was pretty quick. Like I think you were just like I remember I had my own camera at the time,
Yeah.
so we just met up, took some pictures, and I actually haven't even been that much in tune to like your your results. I haven't really been tracking your results specifically because I guess when I did it, it wasn't I wasn't that official yet. It was like this was
Right.
the start of TLD. Like this was the very start, and I was still trying to figure out how I can help guys the best way possible. So I remember I took your photos, boom, and I think I did the review for you. I looked at your profile, gave you some tips, and yeah, like how was the change in results? Because I know you said we were talking earlier, and you were like, yeah, this the change in results were like crazy, like immediate.
Oh yeah. I would say the first thing was, you know, as far as pictures, the level of quality of pictures I had were they were either too fun and not seductive, attractive, or it was just selfie pictures. So, we went over that and we realized that that wasn't, what women are really looking for. Um, and as far as the comparison to other guys on the app, you have to be competitive. So, you know, that was the basis of the photo shoot, was to paint me in a better light so that women could see the better sides of me and to see the different dimensions that I have, you know, as a man.
Yeah, because that's important right now. Like, so I talk about it, and it's like the technology, the social media apps, it's sped up social interaction. So like, people can, like, especially chicks, they can access more guys faster. So
Exactly.
you're not being compared to like the other guy down the street. You're being compared to like some of these guys that have model looks,
Exactly.
and yeah, like they're social media influencers. Even that, like they these chicks like to them that's like a guy they're going after. Like I like their ideal boyfriend. You know, to some extent, not every chick, but there's been a change in value. Like she no
Exactly.
longer likes and looking up to maybe I can marry or date the guy in high school and the college, the football team. No, like I mean, yeah, he can still compete. Don't get me wrong, but it's like she goes on the social media apps, even Tinder, even dating apps.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised how many top tier men have some of these apps, bro. And
Yes,
it's like
definitely.
they got the cribs and the house and all. Like I'm learning that right here in Miami. I'm still here, but yeah, best believe these guys are flashing a lot of stuff. The culture is made for that, but it just messes her head up. Like it just so an average profile. Because I remember when Tinder first came out, the average profile would get matches and results. It wasn't that hard to get matches. But as the months, the days, the years pass, it becomes like these standards become higher and higher, higher and higher. And yeah, what I basically did and what I do is basically I try to pinpoint exactly what kind of guy you are and then package that as best as possible and put you in the best light. Because
Yeah.
even our mutual friend, this guy pretty much, bro, dream job, played, he's a pro athlete, you know what I mean?
Right.
All this stuff going for him. And he was getting below average results, bro, online, literally below average results.
Yeah.
And I literally, how I fixed his profile was just like literally, it just, we just was talking one day, bang, bang, bang. Oh, I could fix this. What? Because this one, I didn't have my apps running at the time. I was just working on, I think I was working on some business stuff. I don't know what I was doing, but I paused my apps. I deleted my apps for a while. And I was just focusing on work. And we were talking about it. And actually, I was dating this girl too at the time. I was my ex. I was dating her at the time. And
Right.
yeah, he's like, damn, man, how do I get matches? And, and I'm like, dude, it's literally like not even that hard. How many matches you got on Bumble? He had like 6 matches, seven, whatever. It
Yeah.
was trash. And
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, let me show you. So I made my profile, and literally in 1 hour I had over like 100 likes or 50 likes within the first hour or something. She's like, what the? He's like, what? How did you do that? What? Oh my god!
Yeah.
You gotta
Yeah.
show me. You gotta do that for me. You gotta.
Uh,
I'm like, sure, bro, I can do it. Like, just take a couple
and
hours. I just gotta take some photos for you. I just gotta bang, bang, bang. I gotta tweak some of your profile, and bro, it was like the next day. I think we had everything ready because we set up a time to take pictures, and boom, blew up.
yeah,
It was lit.
I would say that, like, you know, most of the clients that you work with, they're not ugly looking dudes. Like, they have
Yeah,
pretty good, you know, basis, or they're dealt a good amount of cards so that, you know, if you brand yourself the right way, and I use that term because essentially that's what you're doing on these apps. They get you, you know, she swipes on your profile, she sees what you're about in like 10 seconds, and she makes a decision. So your shit has to look exactly like what she's looking for it to
Yeah.
swipe right.
Yeah. So, yeah, and it's like this is the future. This is the future. It doesn't matter. Like it's only gonna get more competitive. Like I'm telling guys now, get on Raya, get on these exclusive premiere sites. Start getting them on them now because it's only gonna get worse. Because I mean, the barrier of entry is small. So yeah, you can be a guy that compete, that can have the right profile. But for her to get to your profile, she's gonna get exhausted by the time she gets to you, and probably doesn't want to talk to you, right?
Definitely.
So it's just like there's other dynamics that are starting to emerge. So the same guys that are like, oh yeah, online is this or that, yeah, go ahead and chill now and kind of do it the traditional way and try to get on this stuff a year later, 2 years later. You won't need just a 2 week program or just a profile optimized. Nah, you got to learn all this other stuff now that came along the way because you wanted to wait. You know,
Definitely.
it's like it's uh it's something I kind of thought of because I'm more into like business and stuff now. But it's like the new stuff, like the new. Oh my god, this is new. It's like old news now, and
Oh yeah.
it's a constant repeating that. So the new scripts, like the new openers, the new pickup lines, once PWF goes live and put all these lines, everyone's gonna use them because he has a big following. And then now you need new scripts because all those chicks saw that before. So now they know what you're doing now. So now you need a new system to improve and get better at it. This is why, you know, some like the mastermind group, it's designed to consistently find and develop new strategy because the more accessible these dating apps become to the average guy, the more competitive it's going to get. So, yeah, you can have a
Absolutely.
good profile, a good guy, but it's like it takes her forever to see your stuff now, you know?
Yeah. I would say that, originally the pictures that I would have, they weren't, they weren't screaming, clean cut, successful, handsome guy. They were just screaming kind of just everything that, whatever I wanted it to be. Like just pictures that were average. So me and him, we had a consultation. Um, I started dressing better, started taking pictures in better outfits, dress shirts, suits, things like that, that kind of give you a better perception. Um, and it attracts higher quality women so that, when they see a clean cut guy, they already know that that's someone that they need to put in their list. So, everybody has a preference, but you put those two things together, high quality pictures, better dress, you pay more attention to your appearance, you're going to do way better because most guys aren't paying attention to that. And the guys that are, they have a they have a very wide pool of women.
Yeah, that's good you say that. Just paying attention to the perception you're giving out to these chicks because seeing is believing, you know? A lot of people judge on what they see. So you're going to need a good online image, like everywhere. Like your online image, you need it for all those people that are like, I'm not a social media person, I'm not this, that. That's fine. But you need to understand the importance of it because, like, I think there's a stat now. It's like 1 in 2 relationships started online.
I can add that, like, my friends, some of my extended family, they got engaged from either Bumble, Hinge. You know,
Wow.
it's very very common for that to happen. Clearly, not everybody is on there for that specific reason, but 1 and 2 is a good statistic. It's very consistent.
Yeah. So we talk about statistics. Let's talk about some of your stats. I don't usually talk about numbers in this channel, but what's like a good idea, like, because I mean I talk about these channels, these dating channels that, you know, they claim to be coaches and stuff like this, but they're not getting any students any results. They don't even have any students. Like, where are your students? How are you dating channel? You don't have any students. You don't have any testimonials. You're not changing anyone's dating life. Like, how are you getting away with this? But I guess a lot of people get lost in the entertainment and they forget that they're in this to find women, to meet women, to date women, to have better relationships. So, like, what are some of the changes you've seen? Give guys an idea, like, I don't know, like the dates you've been on, like if they improve, if the quality improves,
Yes,
if the
I
phone
can do
numbers
that.
improve, because these are the stuff that I like to talk about to track. But yeah,
Um, I would say before joining the program and our transformation online, the types of dates that I would be on were strictly hookup, or if it was a date, it was with a lower quality woman, maybe 6 or 7. But after, it would be more consistently 8s and 9s, and the types they would be more extravagant. They'd have a lot better connection, and I guess the retention rate was a lot higher as well. Now that I think of it, because talking to a woman for a couple of months is a pretty good marker. If it goes beyond that, you're doing good. But most hookups and most matches that you meet, they don't really know what they want. So when you do find more consistent women, that's a good marker that you're somebody that they put at the top as a high value man.
mm.
So um,
Yeah,
there was chicks that I went to New York with. There's chicks that I went to other places with, and I wasn't used to doing all that stuff unless it was like a serious girlfriend or something like that. So these are high quality chicks too. They have good jobs, good positions, and I'm a good quality dude too. But sometimes, you know, finding a chick like that is kind of harder in this market. Even as a good looking guy, you need access to them a lot quicker. So
yeah.
yeah, a good comparison is just quality and the extent of the dates, not just fucking them. So yeah, it's a huge difference. Um,
So a lot of these chicks now, they perceiving you at a higher value, so they want more with you. It's not
Absolutely.
like they just want to go on a date, have a one night stand and kind of talk to the next guy. They actually want to get to know you and take
Yeah,
trips with you.
yeah.
Wow,
Night and
that's
day.
sick.
The behavior was something that I noticed was different too. Like they're a lot more they're a lot more cooperative, a lot more compliant. Not a whole bunch of arguments. You know, there's still ways. They'll act, they'll they'll shout at me down, but it's it's more manageable. You know, you don't want a woman that's constantly testing and making you feel like they could do better and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You want someone that's wants a relationship.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, this is something that a lot of guys, like Fresh and Fit in these communities, they talk about the delusions of women and how they're not worth it right now and stuff like that. So you're saying the women you're meeting, they're more they're a lot easy to deal with in comparison to before we set up your online
Yes, yeah,
profile.
I would say that.
Okay.
Yeah,
So yeah, maybe we can
it was
say
more
that.
like a needle in a haystack. I would say, like the analogy I would say is like you putting a blindfold over your face and then you picking out of a hat, what you get. But now you're able to choose what you want. Who's able to satisfy you best. You have a better picture of what you deserve.
Mm, yeah, yeah. How is because you did a little moving, right? What's something that you feel like did you feel like you had to like reset everything and change anything in your profile once you relocated, or how has that been? Is it more results? Is it change? What can you tell guys about like the dynamics of living in a certain city, like you know, small city versus big city,
Yeah.
East Coast, West Coast? Like, how's that looking?
In comparison, I didn't have to change too much about my profile. Um, when you do move somewhere new and you want to meet girls in your city, you're if you can get a picture somewhere that's familiar, somewhere that's they've been probably, they're more likely to swipe on your profile. So maybe two pictures I did somewhere that's very, mainstream, downtown, at an amusement park, something like that. And that definitely did help. Their response would be something about like where I'm at. So that's a conversation starter for them. And familiarity with a woman is good because it helps them attach to you better.
Yeah, I agree. Like, and that's essentially kind of how it is in just like regular day to day life. When you talk to a woman off, I just was actually at the beach. I kind of still am, but I was walking. I was actually on the sand, and there was this chick. She was uh she was DJing. She had a drone and everything, and she was pretty cute. Yeah, so I shooting some videos, and then I said something to her. I said, "Hey, how you doing? Code approach. You know what I mean? Like just code approach." and I just was basically throwing in some familiarities, right? Because whether or not you realize this, we are naturally more attracted to what's familiar, right? So I
Exactly.
was throwing in a little pieces of familiarity. Oh, where are you from? She said she's from Belgium, right? I was like, oh, I got like a friend from Belgium. This and the third, and I just was, I just was in Poland and Europe and this that and the third. London, whatever, right? Just finding common grounds, finding topics to talk about, right? Based on what
Yeah.
she's already familiar with, and it just
Yeah.
grows that bond, right? So you figure out how to do that online. It's you can speed up, fume, 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 fume. You can speed up. So instead of me seeing this chick on the beach, it's online. Online is like it's like okay, I gotta fucking what is it? Like one of them, let's just say a jet. Fume. I fly to the beach. Boom. Oh, Belgium. Oh, I know Belgium, but Italy. Boom. Fume. Fly to the
Right.
next part. Oh, fly to the next part. That's
Yeah.
how fast online is because they're all in one place, 24/7.
Uh,
You don't have
just
to.
just to add,
Yeah.
just to add to what he was saying, when someone is passing your profile, um, in comparison when you're talking to somebody and you're going back and forth about something you guys will share, there's something called the reticular activation system. It's a part of everybody's brain. So when something that that you're excited about, um, it literally makes your eyes like open up. Like that's what women do when they see something that or hear something that reminds them of something great. So when they see your profile and there's certain things that trigger their memory, things like that, they're literally opening up. So that's what happens when when you have like the perfect profile.
Yeah. Reticular activation system. Yeah. It's a lot of dynamics like at play, and it's important. Guys, learn this stuff. You know, I mean, and some guys, oh, it's easy, it's this, it's that, it's all about looks. It's like, bro, you just learn just for a couple hours, right? Like, just do some digging, understand the social dynamics at play. Oops, got a butterfly. And yeah, execute, and then you don't have to go back to it, right? It's all about, we talk
Mm-hmm.
about reticular activation system. I would also say it's also about these people value system, because a lot of this stuff, like some things block guys from going online, right? It's like they got these beliefs in their head that just makes them not want to do it or get better at it. But you have to be realistic. You have to look at what is the fastest way to find a dating, like to get dating results, and execute, because we don't have much time, you know? Like, just I went to this club for this concert 2 nights ago, and there's dudes still like I'm there, of course. There's dudes in there that are probably still going out to try to talk to girls.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, you can go out, yeah, sure, don't get me, have fun, but if you're literally going out to say, okay, let me talk to some girls, which still can be a thing. Like, say if you're on vacation, right? You're in
Yeah.
Croatia or something like that. It's a yacht party, of course. Go out, talk to some ladies, right? But it's like
Yeah.
some of these guys have no other resource. It's like,
It's
this
not
is
good.
it. This is the only way. I got 3 hours to make something happen, and they're living their life like that every single weekend. Every single weekend. And I know this because I have friends like this. Or I used to have friends like this. Not anymore. Sorry, I had to elevate, you know? And yeah, it's like, yeah, this online stuff is life changing, and I like to
Definitely.
do it. Like I said, I did a day game approach. I still, I went to the club. I still talked to some girls, talked to some bottle girls. Like, you still talk to chicks out, but it's like that same place is coming from, that need. I need this to work out. I need tonight to work out. It's no longer there. Like, it's no longer there.
I would
But yeah,
say in my experience, like going out right now just needs to be for your boys or to just like relax. If you're trying to like pull a chick home the same night, you know, the probability of that is kind of out of your favor. Like even as a guy who's like drop dead gorgeous, it's just their attention span is just really, really bad right now. Um, they're out there for their friends to have fun, and unless you're a fucking celebrity or model, you're kind of fucked.
yeah, like, you're playing at a disadvantage. There's guys, you can still make it happen. Yeah, you can still pull. Don't get me wrong. You can still meet some
Oh,
hot chicks. But it's like, to me, it's like the effort. Like, you can do everything right in a nightclub environment and still not pull. You can do everything right,
absolutely.
every single thing right.
Yeah.
You can go out. There's more variance when it comes to night game. There's more things that are out of your control. The online, it's like, yeah, you're dealing with, dynamics, of course, and competition. But once you know the exact things to say to girls, right? You know how to move the interaction forward. You're gonna get her out on a date fairly easy, one on one. I mean, and it's just wash, rinse, repeat, repeat. What they say.
Yeah. I would say online dating is a better opportunity for you to use like your muscle memory.
Okay.
And your muscle memory will kick in after a certain amount of dates. and you will literally feel yourself go to autopilot. So, you have to do the work. You have to figure out your blind spots. And I promise, like a certain amount of dates, you will just learn to relax and everything will just flow. Like 80% of the time, things will just flow.
Yeah, yeah. So how many apps are you running right now? Do you have Hinge? You got how many apps are you running?
I would say the most effective ones would be Hinge, Tinder.
Hinge,
I am
Tinder.
trying out Luxy.
Okay.
It's cool. You do have to weed through a lot of the um, ones that aren't in the same direction as you. There might be gold diggers, all types of different women on there, but definitely good quality. Hinge is a lot more balanced if you have a good profile and allows more opportunities for people to ask you questions. So use these prompts, use these voice prompts to your advantage. They're able to give your personality a lot more dimensions.
Yeah, I actually was using a voice prompt in the UK. Yeah, yeah, chicks love it. They can hear your voice. Which you said something about a prompt. Can you give guys? You want to give guys the prompt? I think you told me something about something I would want to know about you, right?
So what I'm using now is, or at least one of them is, what I want to know about you is if you have daddy issues.
Ah.
And it's funny. It's funny because it just gets people to start asking questions like, "Yeah, I do. Is that a problem?" Da, 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 da. And then it sparks things. It gets the conversation more spice, so that
Yeah,
you can go back and forth on a higher note than just, "Hey, how you doing?" Da, 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 da. Start asking things that'll trigger a emotional response, because
exactly.
they're very used to hearing like, "Hey, how are you?" Da, da, da. Need more.
Yeah, you do need more. You do need more, and like you said, starting off with something like that will. You can even just shortcut flirting. What's that thing they call it? They call it flirting. You
Yeah,
can, yeah, shortcut that.
agree.
Yeah. It's funny because a lot of these terms, it's like I know what they are, I know how to execute it, but finding the words, like basically, the better you get with anything, it's like the less attached you are to the words, and
Absolutely.
you're just more familiar with the feeling, right? Yeah. So yeah, what would you tell the average guy right now? Like, I don't know, because I've been in Florida, Miami, and I was a little bit in Fort Lauderdale, but
Uh,
yeah,
I would say if you're an average guy and you're living in a city that's a big population, and there's big events, there's hotter women, you need to rise up to the level that they're on, because perception is everything. If you're using online apps, you need to tweak, figure out what's wrong, and do experimentation. You're gonna need to see what algorithm, what combination is going to get you the most results. You know, um, work on your looks, work on your confidence, because those two things are crucial when you're dating. When you get in person on the date, she's gauging what kind of person you are. She's waiting on you to make the first move. She's waiting on you to, you know, ask the right questions. You
yeah,
don't need to have like a scripted. You don't need to say the right thing all the time, but you do need to, figure out what works and do the work. Uh, go through the trial and error. Half of this shit, people who are really good, it's because they fucked up 1,000 times and then gotten better. So don't be afraid to fail, get back up, and then figure out what works. Um, Work on your looks because women, they put that at the highest, and everything else comes second, third, fourth. So yeah,
Oh, got a black pillar here.
yeah, man. This ain't me. This is experience, bro.
Yeah, and online, it's good you bring that up because online, yeah, looks definitely play a factor, you know. But it's like looks is a very like wide range of information, right? It's looks is not just one thing, right? Looks can be perceived and defined as many things, right? So style is part of looks.
Absolutely.
Groom is part of looks. Uh, what does they say? Jawline, hairline is another part of looks.
Uh-huh.
A lot of guys they never talk about it, and this is funny
Fitness.
because this is
Fitness
how
too.
I know guys aren't really good. Nobody talks about the eyes. All these people. At least I never saw it. Nobody talks about the eyes. No
Yeah.
one's talking about the smile. I think I'm the only person that's talking about the eyes and the smile. Every profile that I look at, these guys aren't smiling. It's like, do why do you want the most blissful, joyful, happy, beautiful women to come to your profile when your profile seems and feels so dark and boring? And why do you want that? Like, how does that even be possible? You have to be relatable.
Oh, definitely. Um, you don't need to look like, I don't know, Rick Fox, fucking Michael B. Jordan, but you do need to look like the best version of you. So if
Yeah.
that means go to the barber, get a haircut, you know, get some braces, whatever it's gonna take for you to reach that level of, you know, top appearance, you need to do it because it's gonna make everything easier. It's gonna affect your confidence, and when you talk to women, they can feel that. So, um, it's definitely something that's just priceless.
Yeah, I agree, bro. So yeah, you need to see the board, right? The chessboard, the I don't know, your hand, your poker hand, and you need to max out that hand and play to win. You know all the rules, know the disadvantages, know the advantages you have, and max that out, right? Not all of us are tall. Not all of us are model looks, but you may not have the jawline, right? But you got facial hair. So shave the facial hair, make the facial hair get look fresh and clean. Go to the barber, and your points on your SMV is going to go up in that area, and you can compensate in those areas, right? You can compensate. These guys, oh, looks like he lost connection. These guys have an advantage. These guys have an advantage, and they play it. They play it all the way, and like you should. You should play your advantage all the way, because nothing's fair. I think he's gonna come back on. I think he like lost connection. Hey, bro, appreciate the content. What do you think about adding a video to your Hinge profile? I'm pretty good kickboxer and was thinking about adding a video of me doing pads. My coaching, yeah, yeah, that'd be nice. Show these chicks. It's something that I talk about in the playbook. It's yeah, a hobby photo. And yeah, if that's something that you like to do that you're passionate about, definitely throw that in there because chicks are loving athletes right now. They are loving athletes. I'm telling you, like, show a chick you're sweating, you're performing, you know, probably have a video yelling, um, it's this guy. His name was I think Elliot Hulse. I used to watch his stuff. For all the young guys, you may not know him, but he had this video Maybe it's still on YouTube, but he hit 1 million subscribers a few years ago, and he was screaming in the rain, and that was like the best like video ever. Ah, it was great. But yeah, he just came back from the gym, and that's the same thing. Exercise, be in good shape, show off those athletic skills, take some snapshots, take a video, and yeah, it should look good. So yeah, you can have the correct photos, but you may not. It may not look the. You may have the right idea of what's working, and that's a lot of. So that's probably half of what's going on, right? A lot of these guys, like, I think it's Tinder, Bumble. A lot of these, like, you look, they'll tell you how to get matches. They'll tell you which photos work. But it's, guys don't read that. They just skip past it. Good. Yeah, I don't want that. I just want match. I just want matches. I just want pussy. And they wonder why. Like, why am I not? Dude, take your time. Learn the game. Okay. Instead of you learning by yourself, look at a guy. He's coming back right now. Can you hear me? Okay, there we go.
Yeah, my bad. Just got disconnected for a sec.
Yeah, a guy asked a question. He said, because I think we shot a video for your profile, right? But he says videos and Hinge profiles. You got a video on your profile?
Yeah, I did use that for a good amount of time, and it does work. We just need to figure out what can I do that's actually fun instead of just anything blah blah. Like do something that's gonna trigger a response.
Yeah. Like, if you can have, check this out, Molly, Molly, if you can have something funny in your profile too. Like, I was just looking through some pictures earlier. So we're about to launch another profile soon. But yeah, he had an apron on in the kitchen. And it was funny. So like, make these chicks laugh from your profile pictures or videos. It's only gonna help. Only gonna help. Like, it's only gonna help. I was on the elevator yesterday. I was in a hotel, and there's two chicks that came in on the elevator. Boom. Then I get on, and then this guy get on behind me. So she asked me. She said, "Oh, what floor you going on?" I said 3. The guy gets on, and she's like, "What floor you get on?" He said 3. But she already clicked 3 before she asked us. So I was like, "Looks like we're all going to the same room. Looks like we all got the same room, right?" And then this idiot is like, "Oh, what floor are you on?" I'm sorry. He's like, "What room are you in?" And I was like, 1304. And he's like, "Oh, I'm 1305. So no, we're not in the same room." I'm like, "Dude, what? Why would you say that? Like, you just killed the whole, bro. The chicks was laughing, bro. Literally, we could have easily followed up with, oh, yeah. It looks like we got the same bed too. Oh my god. Oh, yeah. Like, like, oh yeah, same room. Yeah. Play it off, laugh, talk, giggle. They know it's a joke. They know it's a joke.
Yeah, it's all about
So,
following
yeah.
the vibe. Like everything else is, once you master body language and master, reading the vibe, words don't really, they don't really match up in importance.
Yeah. Like, so yeah, basically give guys an idea. Cause you tell me this a lot, right? You're like, yeah, before I met you, before this, before that. Like, give guys an idea of like what your dating life was like, before you started getting into online. Like, what was it like? Were you going out all the time? Were you uh
I would say in comparison, um, just the return to investment is, it was insufficient, and that's what everybody should be using to, gauge what works best for them. Is like, how much am I getting out of this route? How much am I getting out of this? So, you know, going out maybe uh, every 2 weeks, you would get a certain amount of numbers. You might get a dance, somebody might kiss you, something like that.
Yeah.
And every now and then you would close. But compared to, Hinge and Tinder and stuff like that, you know, even then, like it was a higher rate of closing. So, you know, you have to just sit down and figure out like what's working best for me. So it's definitely looking about like 70-30 right now as far as like, cold approach versus online. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Have you dated? Have you found girlfriends online? Like you started relationships online?
Yeah, I would say so. Uh, you're gonna bump into a lot more situationships or something like that. It is possible for you to, take it to that level, but you need to be more informed about what to look for. And I feel like that's why, you know, you'll you'll be more selective and you'll be a lot more reluctant to just tie down anything because you have more experience.
Yeah. Can you see the screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Molly says, "Thanks for the advice. My Bumble blew up. I was in Romania and Germany. Some countries are great for online, struggling in Greece and Spain." Yeah. So I was in Spain. Yeah. So I was in Barcelona in Spain. And yeah, bro, definitely right. Because some of these cultures, like Tinder, I feel like works everywhere though. Tinder is a world app, and these other apps like Hinge is more like the West and UK, Canada, US, and UK. But Tinder is going to work worldwide. Bumble is similar to how Hinge is, but Bumble, yeah, that the most matches and results you're going to get are going to be in the states because the states use more of the apps compared to any other place. That's what I
Agreed.
think. But yeah, when I was in Europe, Tinder was the thing. Tinder is everywhere, and yeah, I'm glad you noticed that because it's something that I talk about. A lot of these guys, these coaches, they like, oh, women are this, women are that. Dude, you never even left the U.S. Why are you generalizing? Like, say that for yeah, say that for Miami chicks. Say Miami chicks are like this because you never left Miami. You're still in Miami. Like, you don't get any results anywhere else. So keep that in Miami. Keep that in Florida. Keep that wherever you're talking about this stuff at.
Right. I mean, I would say save your judgment for, when you've exhausted all of the other options, you know.
Yeah. Romania, I'm hearing Mali is I was actually gonna go to Romania actually before I came before I came here, I was gonna go to Romania. But Romania is full of I hate to say this, but I'm hearing it's very like prostitution is legal or something like that, or a lot of girls do it. So the date market is just full of that.
It's like that in a lot of other Spanish countries too. It's not as frowned
Yeah.
upon as in the West.
Yeah, like even Barcelona, like the hottest chicks. Like I came out with a short when I was in Poland, my last day in Poland. I said the chicks in Barcelona were like average. Like you're gonna see some hot tourists for sure. You're gonna see, you know, but the Spanish women, they're all like most of them, yeah, because it's not frowned upon and they're into that kind of stuff. And now on the apps, you're not gonna see them though. You're not gonna see the nines and the tens. The average app and the average chick on in Barcelona on the apps are like a 7, 7.5, right? But you get on these premier sites, like you talk about Luxy, right? I talk about Seeking and stuff. You get on there, buddy, you're gonna see some nines, some tens, and you get some good scripts. I got the text manual. I give you guys scripts for these sites, premier sites, talk out game. You break out of the frame and you got a lead pool of hot chicks. So it's all about, and I'm glad Molly brought this up. You got to know where you're playing the game at and how do you, like you say, get this return of investment, this quality return of investment? Look at everything and execute properly.
Yeah, definitely.
So he's saying, yeah, in Romania, there's working girls on the streets and they will approach you. However, most of the girls on Tinder Bumble are pretty classy. Okay, okay, yeah. So I'm thinking about checking out. There's a city. It starts with a B. It's not Bucharest, but I met a chick when I was in. I think it was London. I met this one Romanian chick. She was like 19, I think it was 20. I met her on the train. She kept looking at me too. She had some J's on. She was on the train and she kept looking at me. And I caught her looking at me. What the hell? So I said hi. Right, and I started talking to her. Bro, Romanian chicks are pretty. And they're like, since they're Eastern Europe, they're like sweeter. Uh yeah, I was talking to her and stuff like that. But it was another Romanian chick I met in London at like the tourist area, right? And she gave me this lotion. She was trying to sell me something, but she told me about the city. Yeah, Brasov. Yeah, that's what she said. She said, check out Brasov. She said it's a small city outside of Bucharest, but she said it's pretty there. And yeah, when you like hit up, and I could be wrong, right? But I'm getting the idea, right? When you hit up these big cities like Bucharest, London, Barcelona, you hit up all these big foreign country cities, right? And then you start working your way to the outside, like outside towns, cities, right? That not many tourists know about. I think you're gonna find the most beautiful women, bro. Because, but also you get more immersed to the culture. Because that's what I did when I
Yeah,
was in
I
Poland,
would
bro. I
say
was traveling to these cities in Poland. What you
I
gonna
would
say?
say the more immersion that takes place, you're you're less likely to look like a tourist, and they're gonna get more used to your style and your charisma, and you're gonna come off as someone who's been around the block. So
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, I got this live. Is how do you take over Florida's dating market? Take over.
I would have to whittle it down to city by city. You know,
Yeah.
it's full of a lot of hotspots, but here, it's more based on fun. So you got Disney, Universal,
Mm.
all types of different spots that are fun, and that's what they really want to see. So if you can figure out how to tailor your profile to that, I think you're gonna do amazing.
Yeah. Like I'm in Miami still, and I learned some things. It's like when you're not distracted, everything you see everything clearly. So I feel like the what I've been here 10 days or something. I think like for the guys who live here, like I was walking down the street. Oh, he's talking about Poland. Okay, so let's get back. Hold on. Yeah, bro. There's just homeless people here, and they're like asking me, dude, you're in Miami. Look around. There's money everywhere. Why are you asking me for money? There's people pulling up in yachts, bro. Like, come on. So it's just like some of these people catch on here. Some of these people get on top of their stuff, but you still got low income people. I don't get it. I don't get how. I have zero idea how you're low income in a city like Miami. But it comes from, and I can get into a lot of different stuff. But my whole point is, I'm able to see that. Okay, if you want to succeed somewhere like in Miami, right, Florida. So I've been in Miami, right. So let me give you guys a little how to succeed in Miami. So let me see here. Let me answer this question real fast. Oh, 10%. Okay. So the good thing about Romania is Romanian guys don't care. Some guys were even trying to introduce me. Oh, that's awesome. Polish guys feel a little bit more hostile. I don't think they're like foreigners dating their women. Okay. So I lived in Poland for a while, and I mean, I was pretty much in the crib going on dates. I wasn't really going out to the clubs. I went to the clubs maybe a couple times. So I really wasn't even around a lot of guys. Just me and bitches, bro. That was it. So, but yeah, I was dating this girl. She had a younger brother about my age, and yeah, he never really like I never met him, but she would say like she would talk to me on the phone while she's with him and stuff. Like I don't know, but he was cool.
He's like, and
But yeah, so to wrap up my point, we're gonna wrap up this live here. But if you guys want to compete in a state like Florida, I can give you guys some tips. He can give you guys some tips. Like he said, girls like fun. You got Universal, you got Disney, you got all this stuff. So take these girls on better dates. All right, do more funner stuff when
definitely.
you're in Florida because the weather's nice. It's beautiful.
And with the weather being nice, focus on fitness.
Yeah, and it's like fitness is not hard. People come out with videos on how to get muscles. It's not hard. Literally, like, don't get me wrong. Some people are born, I call them mesomorphs, where there's more fat on their body and stuff, and they're more sensitive to carbs. And there's guys like me who grew up ectomorph, where my body naturally burns fat, right? So there's pros and cons. I can burn fat, but it's very hard for me to gain muscle. And for that mesomorph, he can gain muscle fairly easy because these are like linemen and stuff you see in football and hockey and stuff. Big guys, right? But it's very difficult for them to burn fat, lose fat, right? Because they're so sensitive to carbs. So, guys, know where you're at. What hand you got? All right, on the poker game, poker board, whatever, and play it the best you can. Like I used to work out. I used to train. It's literally simple math. If you want to lose weight, be in a caloric deficit. So that means burn more calories than you're eating. You're gonna lose weight. It doesn't matter what kind of, whatever you have, what disease and all this. People make excuses and I got this disorder, that disorder. I can't. I'm tired. I work, bro. Go without food. You will literally lose weight, bro. That's literally like you would lose weight. Just focus on eating less calories, right? If you're a skinny guy, eat more food. It's literally it. So you eat more calories than you're burning. It's literally it. Simple math. And then you go to the gym. Even if I would train 30 minutes a day, 25 minutes on average. I would not be in there 2 hours like these guys do. I would not, bro, 20 minutes a day. It's all you need. Push, pull, leg. You're going to gain muscle, bro. Because your body as a man, you have testosterone. It's naturally designed for you to build muscle. It's not this cheat code, incredible achievement, bro. Your body is naturally designed as a man with testosterone to gain muscle.
Yep.
I'm gonna email you. I'm traveling around Europe this summer. Are you going to be back in Europe this year? I'll be in Portugal, Poland, Norway. Yeah, so I'll be in UK, and I'll also be in. I gotta go back to Poland. I love Poland, bro. You got to go to Poland. Every guy I've talked to, I work with, that's in the mastermind. Yeah, I gotta, bro. I gotta check out Poland.
Let's book the tickets.
Yeah. So Norway, I'm actually talking to this chick. She lives in Norway. But Cream, the DJ duo, they're also from Norway. So I actually dated a chick from Norway. She's Norwegian. Yeah, I've been wanting to check out Norway, so I'm checking out Norway for sure. Portugal, I can check that out also. And yeah, I'll give you a full report on Norway. I'll be there in August. Perfect. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. Yeah, you said your phone dying, so yeah, let's wrap this up. Thanks for all those who came in. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. It was good talking with you, man. Keep doing what you're doing, and I definitely support. You know, let me know how the rest of your trip goes in Miami.
Yeah, definitely will, bro. Thanks for coming in, and thanks everybody for coming in, supporting, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.